more of the booster bullshit. So away we go.
Also, there is a Mario movie trailer today.
Anyway,
That's the other funny thing. So, Waluigi's a fraud now, so I guess you're picking a different character.
Because... Well, first off, this crap.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
Ooh, mystery. No, and I was going to talk about that. Waluigi is... So, goddamn it. This... Fuck, I can't talk. They rebalanced the game.
Mario Kart got a balance patch.
Actually, throughout the Booster Course Pass, it's been getting constant balance patches.
I thought those were fixing weird, mostly weird glitches and shit.
It was mostly glitches and not direct stat things. This is the first stat patch. And this combo is now seen as garbage, even though this combo is fine. Because the balance...
Well, you say the balance, but it's if you look at that, it's probably not going to look very different from the other, from the other recordings. What the balance was, is I think we talked about this before. This game basically has a bunch of these hidden values that you can literally only get with data mining. There is no source in the game that tells you these, that are your stats on shit like anti-gravity and underwater and drifting and shit. The short explanation is this setup had what was deemed as basically the best of all of those hidden stats.
Because this balanced out a character rounded, but now that they've tooled stat distribution anyway, they've now made a lot more... I'm going to back up and explain this a little bit. A lot more of the medium and small characters, because of their boost in stats, you now need a slightly different balance that by no means is this a bad combo, because logistically, it's not like they tweaked.
I would love to get what the actual numbers are, how much they change things. If they say, I don't know if this is the actual number or anything. It's if say the underwater for this was a 3, now it's a 2. I don't know if they did.
They were mostly messing with a lot of the mediums. Someone just to use the character used Birdo in this one just to test, because they used Birdo in this, and I might have the vehicle on. First of all, the colored Birdos, which is
those all... Those are all the different Birdos from Mario 2, right?
I might have the cart on. Okay, I do have the cart. It was this, and... I don't remember what wheels it was. I think it was these. Yeah. Something like this. Because Birdo... And it's funny, because Birdo's a new character, but they tweaked a lot of the medium. This gave an incredibly...
Well, based on how earlier Mario Karts are, again, I don't know if this is the thing, all the characters also have a bunch of those hidden stats. Birdo is typically very similar to Yoshi.
I think it was that combo.
So I would assume... Birdo in this game would be very similar to Yoshi, because typically in a bunch of sports games...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the one.
Because typically in a bunch of sports games, Birdo is normally an equivalent to Yoshi, like how Mario and Luigi...
Medium characters sit in the middle, so even if I change up to Birdo, the reason, with Waluigi and, tiny wheels like this, you see the acceleration went up. But then, we would be trying to middle ground something like this if I wanted the wiggle.
Before doing the, sheer sweatiness and shit, I think the setup, because I would typically play Iggy or Luigi, which are medium characters.
Pretty good.
Because I would typically play, Iggy or Luigi, the setup I would normally...
Wasting like 5 minutes here.
Yeah.
Well, they made changes, and I see why the Slim, because this, like, that is actually...
I think my normal setup was like the City Tripper, because the City Tripper just happened to actually be a good, like, bike with those hidden stats. I think it was the Triforce wheels, and then I cannot remember the glider, because I did base it, like, a bit off the hidden stats, but, like, not...
Oh, no, I love the fucking City Tripper. I love this thing.
I think the City Tripper was good. I can't remember if the City Tripper was
No,
good
the City Tripper...
or if it was actually deemed garbage. Because the funny thing is, and I said this is really funny because of what you did before the, like, Animal Crossing shit and stuff happened, you used the, like, Flame Rider. I believe the City Tripper and the Flame Rider are very close in terms of stats, or they are literally the same, because a lot, like, due to the amount of
You see, crap like that's really good.
Due to the amount of, Kart parts, a lot of parts actually have, like, similar or the same stats. Like, every type of roller wheel, I believe, has the same stats. Same was all of the monster tires. And, I believe Slim, again, are also all the same.
Something like that's not bad if you want to... You know what? Let's use Birdo for 5 minutes.
Because they've started adding characters, probably going to, depending on how the characters are added, maybe actually start, instead of using the one setup, like, using the character that is added in that. Well, because do people already have Birdo's hidden stats? Because I assume the internet...
Birdo, I believe, was sitting in the middle, and it's why people were doing that one...
I would assume Birdo would probably be in the same group, like I said, Yoshi was in. Because all... I think we talked about this before.
Screw it. It looks fun.
I think we talked,
Yep.
Then the first two of... Next, I think we had talked...
Screw it. I'll use Birdo.
I talked about this at some point.
No! Because of the balance changes, it made a lot of the...
Actually, the funny thing is, if the City Tripper was actually originally ass, and we didn't know that, if it made a bunch of...
No, the City Tripper apparently was ass in the original Mario Kart 8, but in Deluxe, it was apparently really goated. Oh, damn it. It's been a minute.
Remember, it's on 100. You don't have to play...
We literally sat there yammering on for like 10 minutes.
Because I had shit to talk about, because I actually do find it hilarious that after people started...
Yoshi on the wheeler.
Because one of the things we had, again, talked about before, I think, is that this game has... Every character has sort of, like... quote-unquote related characters tend to be the rubber banding AI.
The thing with the stats, though, to talk about the balance a little bit, and I could have been talking about while driving, but I was just showing, they rebalanced, and what people were doing, and this is where the sweatiness came from. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has a very light form of snaking, where with certain vehicle combinations, you can get a lot more really slick mini turbo use. Of course.
Hey, at least you had the iframes of the blue shell, so that...
Basically, with... like, not... God damn it. I'm trying to talk and it turned into garbage. Mario Kart DS had snaking. And this game, Deluxe, has a lighter form of snaking because of how the game combines stats, where certain characters, you, like, even without being able to completely do it because I don't have the complete setup, you can see how sort of easily with a character like her that I'm getting, like, really...
Well, remember, the original 8 had that, like, fire-hopping thing because people always need to have an artificial sense of superiority. Everyone was, like, jerking that off as, like, the new snaking and shit, and then that was, like, removed, I believe, even in the original game.
Yeah,
it was removed, like...
So what the game became on a modern sense is how quickly you can charge mini turbos, but they've changed it, and a character like Birdo, in certain setups, has, like, you can see it's like 3 seconds. 1, 2, yep, it's like 2.5, 3. That's actually incredibly fast, and a medium character normally would not be able to charge that consistently. And the idea, because of... Now, this was also in a lot of cases down to dumb time trial bullshit, which is...
So what game... Is this another course from Tour? Because I don't recognize this. Or is this one of those Game Boy Advance courses that has had... Wait, there are blocks right there. This is a Game Boy Advance course that's...
It might be a Game Boy Advance
That's
course.
basically unrecognizable, isn't it?
I didn't pay attention to the name. Basically, to talk on and off, you can see how, even just standard, how quickly I charge a low-level turbo. Oh, damn it. And the idea of what the changes are, you can see how quickly, just in general, this medium character charges the turbo. And what people were talking about, now this was mostly applicable to time trials, but it was making people consider the movement, is someone using Birdo with that, like, sort of middle ground speed and acceleration was actually able to match time trials with Waluigi and the, Wiggler vehicle. And someone being able to match their times was like, that's actually kind of nutty. Because a medium character in a, like, combination like this, you wouldn't normally... Now, I'm not using the sweaty combination. But it made people realize how kind of open and varied things are. And then...
I wonder what people are going to shift to as the new meta.
There's King Boo and, like, Cat Car is going up, and then the one guy doing some testing, Mario, and the... Oh yeah, DK Summit, sweet. That one I recognize. Mario in the standard vehicle is actually technically top tier.
But then, at that point, like I said, because characters in the weight classes are divided into...
God, this takes me back.
Or divided into similar groups. I believe Mario is in the same middle group as, I think, the Princess and Luigi, so those
haven't been on this fucking slopes in like a decade. These slopes.
Can we all agree that Mario Kart Wii is actually the worst game in the series? Because it is. Oh no, wait, I'm sorry, I forgot. Super Circuit exists.
Oh, damn it. If we're gonna tangent. Okay, joking aside. Hold on. I have it. Super Circuit, I would straight out argue, is the worst Mario Kart. And I mean that unapologetically.
Well, and something people, like, people had discovered this a few years ago, but it was only recently with Super Circuit being added to the Switch, online became more well-known, and now, I don't know if this is the case, but learning that Super Circuit does this, I wonder if this actually did extend into games like Wii and shit. And if it does, that would explain some things with Wii's ranking system. The first games where I think introduced that, like, star ranking system is actually Super Circuit. And because of that, the amount of like points you need to get a like triple star in Super Circuit.
I love the side jumps.
I don't remember.
Oh, that takes me back.
I cannot remember what the number, what the number of points are, but every character in Super Circuit has a certain amount of points. They are literally just given at the start of a race. Meaning, if you play certain characters, it is literally harder to get the highest rank.
Also,
Now, to be fair, and I see what the game developers were trying to do here, but this, like, creates a... this is one of those good in theory, terrible in practice. The characters that tend to get the bigger, just starting with this many points, are the slower characters.
Yes.
Bowser is the best character in Super Circuit because he starts with the, like, most points initially. Toad is, I believe, the worst because Toad starts with nothing, but Toad is the, I believe, highest acceleration character in the game. So it seems like because the slow, I guess the developer...
Fuck you!
So it seems like, I guess, the developers deemed the, like, slower characters to be, like, worse because of them being slower and heavier. So they were giving them a handicap, and I can understand that. But
I get it in theory.
But I believe Bowser literally starts with a third of, like, the point requirement you need for the highest rank.
Fruit Cup. Yoshi's Island.
A completely new track.
Hey, Poochie.
Okay, this track is Garbage Booster, or Course Pass F, tier delete this off the Switch.
Damn it. That. Da, 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 da. Why does that music sound familiar?
It's Yoshi's Island!
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I'm dumb. That is a jaunty version of it. Oh my god. That is so charming and so stupid.
What?
They're dragon coins.
Huh. But that's also... They also make the Yoshi's Island coin noise. Though it's also weird because Yoshi's Island, I don't think, had the dragon coins in it. No, wait! No, the red coins were, I believe, the ones that...
They have Yoshi's face on them.
You know...
Yeah. Oh, there's a flower ring. Super happy. It's the super happy tree.
Because, you know, I'm the one that played, like, Yoshi's Island, because Yoshi's Island is the fucking GOAT. It's better than Mario World. I said it. Fight me.
I said it. Fight me, motherfuckers. I never remember... I will always half quote this because I don't remember exactly what he said, but that, like, politician, and this was, like, years ago, where he was, like, fighting people on, like, Twitter or whatever, and was, like, so offended by, like, Twitter comments. Motherfucker, literally.
I could be getting shit mixed up. Also, if you hit that, shit happens. I could be getting this mixed up. I thought that wasn't a politician. I thought that was a movie director that literally threatened to, like, fight people in the street.
No, not in the street. No, I'm talking about, I swear it was a politician. He challenged people to a battle in the People's Octagon.
I feel like I remember that being this weird, like, movie director or something. And
I don't...
I can't remember. I do remember something about that, of someone they literally challenged people to, like, boxing matches or something.
In the People's Octagon!
Well, if it was the Octagon, I think that would be mixed martial arts, technically.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Dudes fighting people on Twitter.
Yeah.
Or whatever the... Birdo's adorable. And naked.
But Yoshi's also naked.
Oh my god, you're right. Though, talking about Birdo makes me think of that Smash speculation joke video.
Where the person, like...
And the thing is...
They actually ended up half right. Wait, does it? Damn it! Doesn't go into the da-da-da...
I was about to say, give it a minute. It's here.
Good.
It was that Smash speculation where they noticed a pattern and said, like, the next character for the Fighters Pass has to be, like, someone from the 1980s that has to have 4 fingers and isn't wearing clothes. So it's like, obviously, it's Birdo.
Yeah.
Because he's from the 1980s, has 4 fingers, and is not wearing clothes.
And this was before Kazuya happened, so that's why they technically ended up half right with like Kazuya.
Do we talk about Birdo's gender?
No.
Do we talk about Birdo's gender?
No.
Birdo's?
Just no.
You say no.
And I mean no.
Why?
Because no matter what you say, you will make someone angry.
But Captain Rainbow.
We don't talk about Captain Rainbow.
Sure we do.
Wait, we're in America. We never got Captain Rainbow. What the hell are you talking about? That game doesn't exist. Those Smash trophies are a myth. Didn't they get a trophy in Smash 4?
Yeah, and the one guy's a sticker.
Yeah.
Hold on. I remembered how I'm doing this now. So, I'm going to keep recording. At a later date, I'm going to get my standard 150 footage, and I'm going to cut to the 150 to show the trophy, and I'm ending a part here, so I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later. Hold on, this is going to be tight. Ah! No, I have 0 items. Go. First try, clean run, like only 1 or 2 blue shells, using Birdo with those roller wheels that have incredible mini turbo, and I absolutely dominate the game.
I think
Birdo, new meta.
I think the roller wheels are considered the best wheels in the game because of the mini turbo.
That felt gross, which would explain the Waluigi nonsense a lot more. In the Let's Play, I swapped wheels. These rollers are gross. But I'm not showing most of that footage. Fucking figures that I clean sweep 150 damn near flawlessly when I'm basically recording only for the 150 trophy. I hate fucking Mario Kart. That was beautiful, but anyway, I'm just gonna skip that. I got the 150 trophy. And if I'm doing a proper outro, I'm gonna cut to just showing the blue shells and shit hitting me. There's not really a big failure compilation for this specific run. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.
Kaboom!
Haha, loser. Okay. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So anyway, today I have a few questions. First off, what did you think of the Fruit Cup? I thought the courses were pretty good, but the standout course is that new Yoshi's Island themed course. I really did enjoy that one. And in my opinion, that adds a ton of value to the booster course pass, because at the beginning people said they were lazy by basically porting tour courses and not doing anything cool. But then, as this thing went on, they started recontextualizing a lot of courses. The DS Peach's Garden, or whatever that course is called, I always get the name of that one a little bit mixed up, actually makes you go around the garden backwards. So they implemented the tour mechanics of the course changing direction, and that was done in a retro course, and in my opinion, that adds a ton of interesting remix opportunities, because that means that the courses are not as lazy as people thought they were. Some of the courses are more direct counterparts to the originals, but that Peach's Garden course basically changed things in a way that I find interesting, and this new Yoshi's Island themed course is entirely original, showing that they can do really cool stuff in here. They didn't have to create new courses, and yet they did. Plus, I think the tour courses are super unique, because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has a standard set of 3 laps. So as you go around those tour courses, every lap you take an alternate path, meaning every lap is a little bit different. This means that the standard 3-lap courses are actually super advanced and very similar to single segmented courses. And I hope the next mainline Mario Kart does this multi-directional lap idea, because that lets you do a more standard 3-lap race while also making each lap slightly more unique. And I also love how you often end up driving in reverse, so a lot of people further behind actually become obstacles. I find that super, super cool. Overall, I really do think the Booster Course Pass has become incredible. And I also think that them changing up a lot of courses is really cool. Like, Calamari Desert had an anti-gravity section, and then you ended up looping onto the train tracks. So that was a huge remix of a classic, well-known course. And they also did that for the 1DS Peach Garden level. They make you drive around the garden backwards. So they have remixed courses in a unique way that people acted like would not be a thing. And that leads to my next question. What is your opinion on Birdo being added to the Booster Course Pass during this update? I think it's incredibly cool that Birdo was added, because Birdo being added means that they actually threw in a character and are clearly going to throw in a few other characters. So once again, they expanded the roster, and they didn't have to do that. They did something that fans wanted, and I think that's incredible. And this leads to my final question. What is your opinion on all of the stat modifications made to a lot of the different items and the characters? Though I think it was mostly applicable to the different cart pieces. I think that's incredibly funny that they rebalanced the game and gave a lot of the other pieces a huge facelift, where they are far more useful, and now with a lot of the other balances for how stats work, the game is far more even, and Waluigi riding the Wiggler ATV thing with the roller wheels is no longer this automatic standard that everyone uses. You now have a lot more leniency on what you can get away with, and I think that is incredible. overall, I think the Booster Course Pass has become a very incredible thing. But anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments. Or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you'll come back someday. See you later. And if you heard the cat, sorry about that. She would not quiet down, and I was nearly done with the question, and she started screaming. Sometimes that can't be helped. I tried to get a better take, but that was the best I could do. Anyway, cat-related tirade over. Goodbye, everybody.